We'll be right back in a second.
Hello guys, can anyone hear or see us? I'm going to type as well. Hi guys. So, can you see and hear us? Hopefully you can hear and see us, guys. Hear and see, perfect, excellent.
Everything looking good?
Yeah, James Perkins can hear and see perfect, so I'm hoping it's good. James is here as well, guys. So James, can you say something to see if people can hear you?
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Can you hear James and obviously see James? Just before we get started, just in case. Yeah, it seems like it's fine, James. Yep, we're all good. Excellent.
Awesome.
Excellent. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, I've not read the title yet. We're going to be talking about our old memories that we had back in the day of going to the video store, going to either rent or buy videos, DVD, whatever. Betamax, if you're old enough to remember Betamax. We're going to be discussing that today. It's obviously going to be horror related because I think, like myself, James probably went straight to the horror section on the when he went into the video store, and we'll talk about our memories of it all, the VHS cover art, things that have branching out from videos as well that took us away from the video store. James will talk a bit about that as well, and we'll just talk about everything and anything to do with horror, VHS, video stores, video rental stores, Blockbuster, you name it, we will talk about it. James is also, he doesn't know I'm about to say this, but James has also got another upcoming fan film that he'll probably want to discuss as well, so we can talk about that a bit later on. So welcome everyone, welcome James. If you want to say hello to everyone, we've got James here, James Grimm.
Hey guys, how's it going? Happy Wednesday to all of you. Sorry we were a little late to the live stream. We were kind of running into some technical difficulties, but everything looks good now and sounds good apparently. So welcome guys.
Excellent, excellent. Now James, I've behind me here, I managed to find
Yes.
my VHS player. And we'll discuss some of the VHS art that I found as well. I've actually, when I was younger, this is where I'll begin. When I was younger, I had hundreds and hundreds of VHS tapes, but they took up a lot of space. And obviously, when DVD came in, they're half the size, half the weight. And I decided to sell most of my VHS tapes. And at the time, I thought, this is great. I'm getting a couple of £100 and I'm going to buy lots and lots of horror DVDs. And I did. And I thought it was great at the time. But then when I think back and looking at the prices of some of the VHSs that I sold, I just go, oh no, I wish I never sold them. And I've been picking up some of the VHSs here and there, but obviously not to the extent where I used to have. Do you still have VHSs?
I do. I actually should have posted them up. I have almost all the Halloweens on VHS still, and my buddy Grindhouse Grotto, he doesn't really do YouTube anymore very often, but he actually supplied me with a ton of VHS tapes, like the Rocky collection and Terminator, and so yeah, I still have some. I just haven't posted them behind me, but I like looking at yours. That looks good with the VHS or the VCR player right there.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah, it's good. Blood Red Skies, thanks for the donation. You've not said anything, so but thanks for the donation anyway.
Thank you.
Yeah, so when it comes to VHS, James is 5 years younger than me, unfortunately, and but we still grew up in the same kind of era. Because I remember way back, maybe to the early '90s, I used to go to my grand's house on a Friday night, and me and my sister would always pray that she gave us some money, so that after we left our grand's house, my dad would take us to our local video store, and it was called Kingsway Video, and we would rent out a movie each with the pound that my gran gave us. Sometimes though, my dad would take the money off us and rent movies for us, and he would choose the movies, and it would always be this weird action movie that he would rent for us. And I was always gutted because the first thing that I'd done when I went into a video store, and I'm sure you've done the same, is just ran right towards that horror section. And you would stand
Yep.
there for ages and ages just looking at the horror cover art, maybe turn it around and hoping you'd see a set of boobies. um, but I'm sure you've done the same, James.
Uh, Dude, yeah. So it's funny because most of my memories of the video store is not Hollywood Video or Blockbuster. Most of my memories come from. So I'm in California now, but I lived in Minnesota at one point, and there was a town called Crookston. And in Crookston, Minnesota, we had a videos on Broadway, and it was a big store, and it was only VHS back then. And my parents would go to the comedy drama section, and I'm heading for the horror section, which was a wall here, and then and then it entered into a whole another room full of just horror. And while my parents wouldn't always rent them for me, I was always just so amazed by the box art and everything. And that's actually how I got introduced to Halloween 4 and 5, which were the first ones I'd watched. And I remember just going and seeing all those horror films, and then my parents did rent me Halloween 4 and 5, and then they had to keep renting it for me because I couldn't stop watching it. Dude, it's such great memories. I totally miss the video store era.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, you don't miss it when when it's there. Like when the last few years of Blockbuster, for example, I didn't go, and it was just around the corner from me. But then when it was shutting down, that's when I completely missed it, and it's a shame. And I was the same as you. I didn't always go to Blockbuster. I went to Kingsway Video, like I said, and we had another chain called Global Video, which was quite big in the UK, mostly big in Scotland. That was another kind of semi-big video chain. My cousin Brian is in the chat, Bri channel. He remembers Kingsway Video as well, which is cool. But there was this one Global Video that I went to, James, where it's similar to yours. You'd have to go to a different section to see the horror movies. And there's this Global Video that I used to go to in a place called Partick, and the horror section was downstairs. It must have been about 5 or 6 steps down behind this curtain. And obviously, when there's a curtain, you want to go behind that curtain. So I would always go in there and just look at all the horror art. And that was when I was old enough to go out myself. So I would stand in there for a good 2 hours just looking at horror art, not being able to rent anything, just looking at the art, coming home and just saying to my mum and dad, like, listen, I've seen this cover. We need to rent this the next time we're out. And they would always say no. But there was this one time I was crying in the video store. And I remember this vividly because I wanted to rent this movie. Hold on. So I wanted to rent Fright Night because of the cover.
Nice.
And I would always say, right, can we please rent this? And my dad would say, yes, okay, we'll rent it. And he'd say to me, right, you go outside with your mum and I'll get it. And I'm like, oh, excellent, okay. And he came out with Universal Soldier. And I'm like, oh no. I was totally gutted.
Damn, that sounds like it gutted you.
Oh,
so like
honestly, horrible.
Where I was, like they did have a black curtain, but it was for like the step above horror films. Yeah. So I couldn't go back there. My parents wouldn't let me go back there. But yeah, I know going in, just being so intrigued by the box art, and you just go movie to movie, and you look at the cover, and you flip it back, and you read about it, and you're just like, oh, this is so great. Please let me take this home. Yeah, I experienced that so much, and I miss it a lot. It was just the good old days. Now everything's digital, and I'm a physical kind of collector. I really prefer the physical copy over digital.
Yeah, I'm the same. Like everything. I mean, I will watch things digitally because they're available and they're easy, but I will spend my money on Blu-rays, DVDs, 4K. Even if the movie's available on Netflix, if I watch it on Netflix and I like it, I'm still going to buy it. Because eventually it won't be on Netflix and all your internet will cut out or whatever. Blood Red Skies, again, thanks for another donation. You've said, wasn't BBFC banning horror films and X-rated films? Yeah, that was during the Maggie Thatcher days back in the 80s. It was called the Video Nasties. I'm sure some of you guys will know about the Video Nasties in the UK. And they banned some really weird films that didn't need banned. But none of them are banned anymore. I think maybe a couple of them are still banned, but apart from that, everything's available now, so nah. What was I going to say there? Oh yeah, Global Video. This is what I was going to show you, James. Oh, here it's here. So if anyone's in the UK and remembers Global Video, are you ready for this?
I've never seen that.
Global Video. So this is the boxes they give you them in when you're renting them out. Obviously they don't give you the original art, and they give you that solid plastic.
Dude, That's crazy. No, I've never seen those.
That is a collector's item right there. I've had lots of people saying, "Can I buy that off you?" And I'm like, "No way.
No,
It's
it's
priceless."
not happening. Yeah, no, dude, it'd be so sweet if you had a TV back there. You can just pop a VHS in real quick.
I've got a TV over there, but
You do.
yeah, but I'm not gonna. Takes ages.
Oh yes, I get you. I know what you mean. Yeah. Video. It's weird because I remember, like, kind of how you were saying just a moment ago, how once DVD became a thing or started to transition into the norm, a lighter weight kind of thing. I sold all my VHSs, or I got rid of them, and then started getting all the not Blu-rays, DVDs.
Yeah.
And I absolutely regret, because I had so many great films, and I used to have the Blockbuster set of Halloween, which was weird because I had the Curse of Michael Myers mask on the front, even though it was Halloween 1, 2, and 3. It was the Blockbuster edition.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I remember having those not even opened, and I ended up selling them all. And I absolutely regret it. But now it's good to kind of like starting to build that collection back up and everything.
Yeah, it's just expensive now. Like I was looking on eBay today, and do you remember the House movies?
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, I've got the Blu-ray collection
Yes, that one.
right there. Um, they're expensive now on VHS. I had all of them on VHS, and now they're like £30 each. So that's like what, $45 each. And that's a lot of money for a VHS, you know.
That's insane.
And I used to. This was some weird thing that I had. I had OCD really bad with VHSs. I used to buy X rental VHSs that came in a bigger box, like this. So I would have a VHS that came in a big box. That's an X rental. So when you open it up, the case is a lot bigger than the tape, and then once the movie comes out to buy, it comes out in a smaller case, like that.
Oh yeah.
But with my
Huge
OCD,
box.
I used to buy the X rentals and cut them and fit them into these. So that
Really?
but they're worth a lot more now than these, which is crazy. Because I also hear that X rentals are built to last, the tapes themselves, because they're built for rewatch over and over and over again, whereas these aren't built to last. So these are worth a lot more.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you learn something new every day.
Yeah, dude, I remember like when I was younger. Okay, so I know this is slightly off topic. I mean, it's on topic still, but I remember being younger, and when you go into the grocery store or something, or just a store, and you'd buy like the packs of the blank VHS tapes, and your parents would see something on TV, and they'd pop the little thing off the little tab off the front of the, and then they'd hit the record button and just film like their favorite parts of. My dad was huge into wrestling, so during the Monday Night Wars, the WCW and WWF. He would just record every Nitro over here on this station. Then he have WWF over here, and he would just record all of them. And it's just a great time. You can't just do that with DVDs nowadays.
Yeah.
I mean, you can, but it's fairly expensive.
I know. Well, there's this bit you mean?
Yep, that's the one. Yep.
You cover it up with some sellotape.
Yep, exactly. Or there's ones that have the plastic tab that's not supposed to be removed, but
Yeah.
you want to record something, so you just pop it off.
That's quite good then.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man.
I've still got.
We got.
This
Was
is
that-
this is the first VHS that I bought. That I was underage when I bought it. I think I was like 12 at the time, and I asked somebody to go into the Blockbuster for me, and I said, "Listen, there's a movie in there that I want to buy. Can I give you the money, and you can go and buy it for me?" It's like buying booze, and they went and bought it for me. Then I've still got it. Sometimes they come back.
Dude, I love that movie so much.
So good.
It's so good. The thing is, it feels dated now if you rewatch it in a way. But I remember the scene. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but spoilers. There's a scene where there's the barn, and the chick's in the barn, and she's, and I remember just being affected by that scene so much.
Yeah, because it was flashing, wasn't it? It was like a flash
It was,
scene.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I love it.
I was scared of that film when I was younger. I was it felt like Stand By Me, like a tamer version of Stand By Me, with the whole train track and stuff like that. But I loved the movie. I still love it today. It's obviously dated, like you said, but
How much money you got?
yeah,
12 cents. Does he say 12 cents?
Do you remember the name of the bad guys?
No.
I think we've got
Mueller?
Mueller, Vinny,
Vinny, yes.
North,
North.
and I can't remember the fourth guy. But there's four of them, four bad guys. Then you had Jimmy Norman, who was the boy,
Yeah. And Wayne.
and Wayne was the brother who died. Yeah.
Run, Jimmy, run!
Oh,
Oh,
broke my
dude, I
heart.
love that. That's nostalgia. My dad introduced me to that film, and dude, even today, the film holds up to me personally. It's like it's dated, but for me personally, I can just enjoy the entire film.
Yeah.
It's great. Yeah, it's awesome, dude. And then they come back again,
Yeah.
and it kind of got,
And then they made
not
Sometimes
big
They Come
for it.
Back for More. Have you seen that?
I haven't seen it, but was that one in the snow?
Yeah, it's in the snow. Again, it's one of those ones that was really bad, but I enjoyed it because I forced myself to enjoy it.
Yeah, I haven't watched it. I think I might have watched maybe the first 5 minutes or something, but it just it didn't strike me as something I want to see. I
Yeah.
think recently, actually, maybe not recently, but like a couple months ago, I actually said, for a Stephen King film, and I said this in Killer Flicks, I would like to see a Sometimes They Come Back remake, something a little bit more modern, but
Yeah.
just keep the aesthetic of of the film
Yeah.
from was it 93 or something?
90, 91 or 92, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, this was a made-for-TV movie as well, so
Mm.
it's never been on the big screen. And this was actually written for the screen as well. It wasn't a book; it was written for the screen. So it would be very interesting to see an actual movie on the big screen. Definitely.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah. But that's just one of my many memories that I had getting into Blockbuster Video. Blockbuster, I spent most of my time in Blockbuster. Like there was Global Video, Kingsway Video, but Blockbuster, because there was so many of those, I would always find myself in there because they were open later at night. They opened first thing in the morning, so I would literally spend a weekend in Blockbuster, even if I didn't rent anything or buy anything. I would be in there all the time. And the good thing about Blockbuster or any video store is, although to rent the movie it was quite expensive, if you're renting a game, it was nowhere near as expensive. It was still the same price, but you felt like you were getting your money's worth because you would play a game for a couple of days, then not play it for a while, so you just give it back and you're not buying it for, well, maybe in your case, about $50-$60 at the time. Whereas if you can rent it for $3-4, it's well worth it. Did you rent
Yeah.
games?
Yeah, I was actually just going to get into that.
Yeah.
Is how like the mid to late turn 90s, it was all about VHS tapes, and then as like 99, 2000, 2001 started approaching, it was all about renting PS1, PS2 games, and that became a big thing. So Blockbuster then became like my hub for video games only.
Yeah. And it's the same with me. When I got the PlayStation in 1996, the PS1, the games at the time were expensive, so I would go to my local Global or Blockbuster and rent a game for the weekend, and that was me sorted for the weekend. It was great, and if I really liked it, I would rent it the next weekend, and it wasn't a lot of money, and you miss that these days. Even now, like a game, I know a game can go down in price, but I play FIFA and Uncharted, but those games when they first come out are £60. You know, it is a lot of money, especially if you're a kid.
Oh yeah. Do you remember video stores that used to rent out the actual gaming consoles?
Yeah, mine's done that. So they would rent out the
Dude,
console to you as well if you wanted to. I'd never done
expensive.
that. But
Expensive.
was it expensive? Yeah, I never done it, but yeah, it was.
I never did. My parents did, but yeah, super expensive, dude. For like, you want to rent it for a weekend? I don't remember how much it was, but it was just you might as well just buy the console at that point.
Yeah. So if something's going to, like, if you're going to rent it, and the cost of buying something, if you make it up for the fourth or the fifth time you rent it, you might as well buy it.
Exactly.
That's what I think anyway. Somebody's asked, excuse me, John Doherty says, Azad Video. Azad Video was a UK chain, so I'm sure John is from the UK. I never went to Azad. Was that not another Global Video? No, it wasn't. It wasn't. Azad was similar to Global Video. He had a few chains around the UK, but they never really picked up, to be honest. McAvoy Production has asked, Barry, have you seen Sometimes They Come Back Again? Yeah, we were just talking about Sorry, but hold on a second, guys. Yeah, I've seen sometimes they come back again. Alexis Arquette was in that, wasn't he? I'm sure he was the bad
The
guy.
main one. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember much about it though. Was Hilary Swank in it as well?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And Michael Gross. Is that his name, Michael Gross?
can't remember.
This plays her father. Yeah, she was in it. And then who else was in it? It's not an enjoyable film. I think it's on Tubi right now, I think.
Is it?
Or it was recently.
I've not seen it for a while. Mark McVitie said I rented Metal Gear Solid constantly. Did you ever play Metal Gear Solid, James?
The first one and then the fifth one. Yeah, I didn't really. There's that one with that one guy. I don't remember what it's called, but it's like Metal Gear Solid Revengeance or something. I don't remember what it is, but it's not Snake.
Snape? Was it Snape?
Pliskin.
Snake plus. Alright. I only ever played the first one, and it had like,
Okay.
was it Revolver Ocelot and stuff? But yeah,
It's been a while.
but yeah, I
I was a
rented Metal Gear Solid all the time.
I was a big Tony Hawk Pro Skater, Matt Hoffman's BMX, WWF SmackDown kind of player on PS1.
It's funny you should say that because one of the most rented games for me was Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2.
Mm.
I loved that game. It was just so much better than the first one.
Dude, the second one's really good. I like the part three. I think it's part three because you can be Darth Maul and you can be the Wolverine. So I really liked
Oh really? I didn't know
part
that.
three.
I think part
Yeah,
one
they're
and
like
part two were the only Tony Hawks that I played. Yeah, it was Snake Plissken. I never even thought about that.
it's been a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't play games much anymore, but
If
that,
I play PUBG. It's like pretty much the only thing I play. Or in Friday the 13th.
yeah, I played Friday the 13th, but I'm rubbish at it.
I'm
Really
I'm
bad.
not very good either.
Yeah, I die. I'm the first person to die. Solid Snake. Is that what it was? Solid Snake.
Yeah, so I was like, I always get confused with Escape from New York because because the same name is used in the game, right? But it's backwards.
Is it?
Like one's Pliskin Snake and one's Snake Pliskin.
Oh, is it? Right,
Am I,
okay. I knew it
am I
was something
tripping?
like that anyway.
Might be tripping, but I feel like that's accurate.
It rang a bell.
Yeah, exactly.
I just
Tell us
looking.
tell us in the comment section, guys. I want to know if I'm wrong because I want to know.
Yeah, someone said Solid Snake.
Solid Snake. That's a cool game. It was a really cool game. That and Tomb Raider was a cool one to play. I don't know
Yeah.
what the developers were thinking when they created Lara Croft though, because Jesus Christ, dude, like,
They were thinking they're going to make a lot of money.
yeah, yeah. Friday the 13th game is rubbish.
What?
It's it could be better,
Yeah.
but I have fun with it. If I play with a party of friends, I have lots of fun with it. But if I'm playing by myself, it's
I think that's why I stopped playing it because I played it myself. I went on, I died every time, and it just wasn't fun for me. And I actually got scared. I was like, "Oh no, where is he?" And
yeah, dude.
because out of nowhere, and I'd always get caught first because I'm mince. I'm rubbish at it.
Dude, I guess you play in the dark, and then all of a sudden he's chasing you, and you fucking jump through a window of a
Yeah.
house or a cabin, and you're just like, your heart's actually pounding. You're just like, oh my god.
Yeah, I actually feel safe when I'm hiding in a little corner with no lights on or anything. It's great.
Hide under the bed and stuff.
Yeah, and I just stay there to the end of the game, just so I can last a little bit longer. Right, so we were talking about the VHSs and stuff like that, and obviously DVDs. I don't know if it was the same with you, but see, back in the day, you would have a movie would come out in the cinema, and then 6 months, almost exactly 6 months later, they come out to rent in the video store, and then maybe within a month or two, they're available for X rental, so you can just buy the X rental copies, and then about 6 months after the movie comes out to rent, that's when you can buy it. So you're waiting a full year, basically, from cinema release to purchase release. Is that similar to what you had?
If it was, I don't remember it.
No. Because I would always
That
wait.
sucks.
Because I remember when I was younger, The Faculty came out in the video store, and I rented it, and I rented it, and I rented it. I absolutely loved the faculty, and I always went in. It must have been every weekend, and I used to say to them, "Is it up for X rental yet?" And they'd be like, "No, no," and then they would explain it to me why, and they'd tell me it's a 6 month wait for this and that and the next thing, and I would be totally bummed because I needed to own it. And then it came out on X rental on my birthday when I turned 15, and I was like, "Yeah."
So the movie came out. You had to wait 6 months to rent it, and then you had to wait an additional 6 months to buy it.
Yeah, but you can buy it before 6 months on X rental. So I only had to wait like 2 months to get it on X rental. But if I wanted to purchase it brand new to keep without anybody watching it, then it's 6 months after rental release. Yeah, it gets confusing.
That sucks, dude. No, I don't remember that. I might have been too young, but Jesus, man, I couldn't even imagine.
Yeah, harsh times. But again, you kind of loved it though. You loved the wait. Now you don't have a wait. You know, a movie comes out now, you've got it straight away. And although that's convenient, I think I miss the inconvenience of having to wait or having to go to the store, having to go
Hmm.
out in the rain. You know, you miss that. It's a shame.
Going out, even in the rain,
Oh yeah, coming back in the rain with your blockbuster bag. There's no better feeling.
dude. Yeah, you're very right.
Yeah.
Or snow, or the snow, dude. When I was younger, we have to trek down in the snow on foot because we didn't have my mom was at work at the car or something. So me and my brother and sister or whatever would trek down to the video store in the snow with our snow boots on and uh, great times, great memories. Cold as hell, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly.
Well, that reminds me. I went out in the snow one time to go to the video store, and I remember it was snowing, and we rented Critters 4, the space one, the one in space. We rented that. Came back. We had some soup with the snow in the background, watching the Critters. Good times.
Yeah, dude. I miss the snow. I'm in California, so I don't really. I mean, there's snow here in California. I just don't get to see it.
You don't get much snow.
I mean, like up in the mountains and such, but like where I'm located, no, sucks.
Well, we don't get much snow anymore. We used to get snow all the time, but not anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, very few and far between now.
Let's see.
So see the after the videos, you know, after leaving the video stores, or when you get a little bit older, you were talking about what was that called? Web TV, was it?
Oh yeah, we briefly talked about this. Yeah, web TV, dude. Okay, so I remember because I don't know if any of you guys are. I don't know the age of most of you in the comment section here or watching. There's a thing called web TV, which was like this. It was around the same time as like home computers started becoming like a thing, right? It started to establish itself as like a home thing. Well, it's web TV essentially connects to your television through dial up. And yeah, and then like it would connect, and it's trying to connect to the server or whatever it is, and it had this music in the background, and I remember that music so well. And there's so many times I remember trying to get connected and it wouldn't connect. Like the dial-up was just terrible, and I remember look. Just like right now, I'm thinking about it, and the moment you get connected, you feel like ultimate success just happened, and you get to go to chat rooms, dude, that's literally where I became like the fan I am today with Halloween because my parents would rent Halloween 4 and 5 for me, and I watched them. I loved them at the time. I mean, I love Halloween 4 still today. Um, and then I started like not Google. I don't know what the hell it was back then. I think maybe Yahoo actually. And I would search Michael Myers and learn the history. And there was like the domain of Michael Myers and
Yeah.
these websites. And I would read all of the story and what he did when he was a child, 6-year-old child. And that's how I became slightly obsessed with the franchise. Web
Yeah.
TV, thank you.
Before I talk about my version of web TV, somebody's asked, where was it? Yeah, John Doherty asked, Barry, how did you see the 15 certificate faculty at the cinema before your 15th birthday? I didn't. I didn't see the faculty in the cinema at all. I had to wait for the VHS to come out, and then I eventually rented it. And then after I rented it, I bought it for my 15th birthday. But I didn't rent it personally. My parents rented it for me, and I watched it because I love it. So yeah, we had similar stuff to web TV, But what we tend to use more was something called Front Row. And I'm sure most of the guys here in the UK would remember Front Row if you're about my age. And Front Row was basically, it's like 20 years ago's version of the Sky Store or Sky Cinema Store, when movies have just come out. So instead of having to wait for them to come onto Sky, you can see them a little bit earlier through Front Row. And I think it was like £3 to buy or just watch the movie. And I used to have Front Row on all the time, not buying anything, but Front Row would be like a channel for all the trailers as well. So you click on the movie you would want to purchase, but you watch a preview of it first. And sometimes when the movie comes on, it shows you the first 2 minutes of the movie for free. So you would sit and watch the first 2 minutes, hoping that they wouldn't cut it off, but they always did. And the first movie I ever rented on Front Row was Scream. And I always remember Front Row because of Scream, and vice versa. That's where I first saw Scream, and I loved it, and I rented it. My parents hated me for it because they didn't want me to rent it, and I did anyway. So they put a password on it after that because it cost them £3. But yeah, Front Row. So it was similar to web TV. I don't think the web versions of movies hit it off in the UK as much as they did in the US. I think the whole pay-per-view was more of a thing over here rather than the web TV over there. Somebody's asked, Cynthia J's asked, is there any B horror movies you like? I think about 90% of my horror movies are B horror movies. In fact, let me just show you a mega B horror movie. Tell me if you've seen this.
What's up, Chad? How's it going? Our Jason for My Special Boy.
We get Chad in the chat. Oh yeah, how you doing, Chad?
There he is.
So there, B horror movies are my thing.
Oh wow.
Geek.
I've never seen that.
What I felt, that's really good. In fact, when I first watched it, I thought this is going to be terrible, but it's actually really good. I rewound it.
When's the last time you watched it?
I've never watched this VHS because I got a DVD copy of it.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
So I've never seen this version. I'll put this back up here. I'm taking down all my VHSs. Have you got any good VHS B horror? No, not VHS. Is there any B horror movies that you like that maybe people wouldn't have heard of?
No, you know what? I actually don't really ever watch B horror.
Really?
What would you consider the best B horror type of film?
It depends how posh you are with B horror, because you could consider Night of the Demons a B horror movie. Have you seen Night of the Demons?
Yeah.
What else? Some would consider Fright Night a B horror movie as well.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, then yeah. I mean, would you consider Phantasm B horror?
Maybe not.
Okay. That might be as close as I get. No, I mean, I guess I watch it. You know, I guess it all depends on what's really considered B horror.
Yeah.
For me to really determine. I don't know the differences really, other than A is A and B is B.
I think if a horror movie's got well-known actors and it had a theatrical release, if it had at least one of those, then most of the time it's not considered a B horror movie. But if you've got a movie that didn't cost much, doesn't have anyone you know in it, and it didn't come out theatrically, usually those are the B horror movies, and most of the time they're terribly good. That's all I can really say.
Gotcha.
But yeah, most of my horror movies are B horror movies. I mean, I've got movies like this. Creepazoids.
Oh wow.
And the only reason I bought this is for Linnea Quigley. She's an old scream queen.
No, I've never seen that as well.
Yeah. Have you seen this? Creeps.
No.
Never.
Most
of mine are sealed.
Oh, well, that's good. I mean, I wish more of my copies of films were sealed. I have a bunch of. I keep certain ones sealed where I have multiple copies because I like to collect variations and variants of the same movie. But
Yeah.
I'm starting to now begin not to open my movies. Some of them.
Yeah, somebody said that Fright Night isn't a B horror isn't a B horror film at all. I don't think it is either. I'm just saying that some people might consider Fright Night as a B horror movie. Some people haven't even heard of it, which is strange. Um, Cynthia J said Demons is a B horror movie. Are you talking about the? Is that the Italian one? What is it? This one? Demons?
Here's a question: would you consider the Hatchet films B films?
Oh, B? Yeah, definitely the Hatchet movies.
Then
Absolutely.
yes, I do watch them. I do watch B films.
Yeah, yeah. Hatchet movies are a prime example of a modern B horror movie.
Okay. Dude, especially the first one. Jesus Christ, dude. I honestly, it was hard for me to get into the first film.
Do you not like it?
No. I mean,
I,
no. It's okay.
I love it. Do you know? It just I know that you get movies where they try and mimic the 80s. They try and mimic old slasher movies, but there was something about Hatchet, the first one, that just felt like a really good 80s B slasher movie. Maybe it was the score, maybe it was the setting, I don't know, or maybe it was the killer. But I've got a soft spot for that film. I don't know why. I just really like it.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I definitely understand what you mean. Yeah, maybe I should do my research more to determine what is really considered B,
Yeah.
because there might be a lot of B films I don't realize are considered B horror that I might really enjoy, and I just don't know the difference.
Yeah, and again, I think it's down to interpretation as well. Some people might consider one film a B movie, some other people might not. I don't know.
Exactly.
B movies, A movies. Oh, my light's flashing.
What's that mean?
My ring light.
Oh, I was like, what the?
I just noticed this is really cool. Look. So I've got this, right?
Oh yeah.
And you can plug it in to your laptop. But look what I done earlier on, just to try it out. My phone.
Wow,
Ta-da!
that's dope.
So yeah, that's quite cool.
So as you're transitioning from VHS, I know this is kind of going back to the VHS thing. So as you were transitioning to VHS to DVD, you said you sold all your VHS tapes. So what were some of your first DVDs you bought,
The first DVD that I ever bought,
or the first couple?
I remember the first one I ever bought. I'm just trying to remember if I've still got it. No, I don't have it. The first DVD I ever bought was Blade, Wesley Snipes' Blade.
Yeah, nice.
The second one I ever bought was Rush Hour. It's just so random, but
Yeah,
with DVDs, I done the exact same thing with DVDs as I did VHS, where I had thousands of DVDs and I sold most of them to buy Blu-rays. And again, I was so gutted. Not as gutted as I am with VHS, because DVDs can be bought very cheap still. But I had to build up some of my my DVD collection again. But I kept a lot of my horror films. But Blade, I must have just sold and not got back. Yeah, I've got the Blu-ray, but what about you? Did you do anything similar with DVD?
If I remember correctly, Halloween, the first one that had the lenticular cover with Michael Myers. Boogeyman, the Killer compilation, which I still have. Actually, I still have both of those. Nightmare on Elm Street, the one with the actual cover where it snaps on and it's like a cardboard little piece that folds over.
Yeah.
And then I want to say Planet of the Apes with Mark Wahlberg.
That was one of the first ones I bought as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because it was about 2000 and 2001 that I started getting DVDs, because I was still collecting VHS at the time. But yeah, Planet of the Apes came out in 2001. Yeah, that was one of the first ones that I bought. Oh, again, see if I never sold any VHS or any DVDs, I would have stacks and stacks. But I think when you're younger, you just want money for whatever reason.
I noticed you have 2 copies of the 15 disc set of Halloween over there.
Yeah. Just for safe measure.
Is one unopened?
No, they're both opened because I bought one sealed when it just came out, and then because I knew they were sold out, somebody was selling it on eBay, and I got it for a good price, so I just bought it. So
Nice.
so the two of them are open basically. In fact, that reminds me, I've still got my 2 copies of H2O here. Need to put these back. I'm pretending I'm in a video store.
I literally just got that collection for the first time. Like I had the 10 disc set from Scream Factory, and I just finally picked it up because some dude on Facebook was selling it for a deal that's just I couldn't say no.
Yeah,
Especially when you look.
I saw
What's
your
that?
video. You've also got the other collection, haven't you? The smaller.
I do the 10
Yeah.
set.
Yeah.
And then I bought Sean Cadillacs the Thorn trilogy and the Strode trilogy or the Sister trilogy. Yeah, those. Yeah.
I bought this as well. I really like this. Again, that's nostalgic VHS style.
Exact. I do. I tried finding those because you got that at Walmart, right?
Lee McCoy sent me at Drum Dums.
Oh, nice.
So I asked him, because I seen it coming out, I asked him the next time you're at Walmart, is it Walmart? Yeah, Walmart. The next time you're at Walmart, can you pick me up a copy? It's quite cool.
I can never find one. I tried to find one so bad. I have it but I don't have the cover.
Alright.
And the cover is beautiful.
I'm from the UK and you don't have that.
No, yeah, no.
And it's
My
a
Walmart
Walmart
sucks.
exclusive.
Yeah, my Walmart's pretty terrible to be honest. Dude, I just finally got the FYE Halloween, I think 35 Years of Terror disc.
Oh,
The steel book.
is it the white one?
Yeah, with his face kind of looking to the side.
Yeah.
I just got in the mail like 2 days ago, and I'm never gonna open it because I don't want to open my shit.
That's weird. I'm going to show you my wallpaper. 2 seconds. Tell me if you can see this. Here's my wallpaper.
That's the one. That's the one.
That's been my wallpaper for 2 years.
Dude, it's really. Dude, I love that art.
It's nice. Really nice.
I want a poster of that like behind me.
Oh, that would be nice. Like a nice widescreen one, like a landscape. Be nice.
Yeah. Did you pre-order the Scream Factory Halloween 2 and 3 steelbooks? Was it 2 years ago?
Yeah, yeah.
And then it came with like those posters.
I don't get them from Scream Factory. That's the problem. They're only exclusive to Scream Factory. But because I'm from the UK, they don't ship internationally, so I have to order them from Amazon, and they don't get the posters.
Mm.
Did you get posters?
I did, yeah. And they do. I don't know why they picked those sizes because they don't fit a normal size frame.
All right.
It's like 16 or 18 by 36 or something. It's like some weird number. It's like, what the hell is this?
You know, I think Arrow Video are the same. We get some exclusive Arrow Video ones with posters in them, and the posters they just don't fit standard size frames. Even when you put a border around it, it doesn't look right because you're having to cut off part of the poster in order to get it to fit perfectly. So it's a bit of a bummer. But yeah, I think I've got the steelbooks. Is it these ones?
Those are the ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Again,
I opened mine.
Mine's are still sealed.
Lucky.
I've got these ones are quite sought after now with the slipcovers.
I have the 2, I don't have the 3.
Yeah.
The 2 has the TV version on it.
And again, see what I'm just doing just now, showing cover art. You can't do that digitally.
Yes.
It's a shame. Like, so if somebody says, "Oh, let me see your collection," you'd be like, "Yeah, let me click on Netflix."
Let me boot up my smart TV or my Xbox or PS, and
Yeah.
here, let me show you my digital collection, guys.
Yeah. Oh, and they'll go, oh no, my internet. Oh no. Whereas
Oh
I'm
no,
like, yeah,
no
like,
connection.
you have to be able to look at things. Let me just go into the chat because there's a few messages coming
Sure.
in. Uh, is it Drill Sav 11? Sorry, I butchered your name. Fright Night is my favourite vampire movie, but would you consider Blade a B horror movie? And what about The First Wrong Turn? I wouldn't consider Blade a B horror movie at all. No, I think that movie made almost $200 million at the box office. Um, it's it's a Marvel horror film. And
Yeah.
I think Blade really kickstarted the Marvel movies when X-Men came out 2 years later. So yeah, I wouldn't consider Blade.
Spider-Man
Yes,
afterwards.
yeah, exactly. Spider-Man as well. What about The First Wrong Turn? I wouldn't consider that a B movie. I would maybe consider the sequels B movies because they were all straight to DVD or straight to VOD. But I wouldn't consider The First Wrong Turn as a B movie. Have you seen Wrong Turn, James?
I have. It's been a long time. Like when I say long time, probably like a decade.
Yeah, I mean, I just covered the Wrong Turn movies a few months ago, um, and
That's right, you did.
I watched most of them for the first time. But part one and two I've seen a couple of times, but the rest of them I hadn't seen before. But I absolutely love the first movie.
Mm.
Um, let's see what else we've got. Somebody said, "Are there any original characters in Fright Night 2?" Yes, there is two original characters. You've got Charlie and Peter Vincent. I think that's it, isn't it? Yeah, that's it. Two original characters. Yeah, many new characters. Cynthia J has said the setup for your collection reminds me of the windows from the Amityville Horror. Oh yeah, I never even thought about that. That was intentional.
Oh yeah, your background
Yeah, I just
looks
noticed
just
that
like
there.
it, especially that white piece of your wall.
Yeah. Do you know what that's
Yeah.
for? That's to hold this shelf in place.
Oh really?
Yeah, I built it myself, so I thought I'm going to put this white thing here to break it up and to keep it against the wall. This is all coming away shortly because I'm getting my attic done up into a bedroom. So this studio is going to be no more eventually. So
What
I
are you
thought,
gonna do?
what?
What are you gonna do? I mean, are you renting it out, or
What?
you said it's becoming a bedroom? Are you renting it out, or?
No, no, it's just going to be my bedroom. So
Oh, okay, nice.
this studio, I'm going to have to move it downstairs because we'll have a spare room downstairs now that we're moving upstairs.
Okay.
Yorkshire Horror Show has said Fright Night 2 is hard to get on DVD now. Um, hold on.
Thank you, Cynthia. The mask in the background. Thank you.
I'm sure I've got Fright Night 2. That's annoying me.
Do you have these in alphabetical order? Because
Um,
if not, you should.
they were in alphabetical order, but when I was putting them on the shelf, I was trying to put them up fast. So some of them
Mm.
are, some of them aren't, which is why it's not at FR because I've got Fright Night on DVD and it's not there. So it must be somewhere else. And wherever that is, I'm sure Fright Night 2 is as well. Um, Yorkshire Horror Show, I promise I've got it.
Is it on Blu-ray or is it not on Blu-ray?
It's not on Blu-ray. It's on Blu-ray in Germany. I think it's like a non-official but semi-official release. But it's not, I don't think it's official anyway.
Okay.
I'll find.
David Anderson says he's got the Spanish Blu-ray of Fright Night Part 2.
Yeah, there's. Oh, is it the Spanish version? I think it's in Germany. Yeah, it's in Spain and Germany. Um, the German one's better because it comes in a hard box. Do you know what a hard box is, James?
A hard box? Like a
Yeah.
hard case?
It's sort of like the look of a VHS, but the size of a DVD, and it's got classic art on it. I don't have any hard boxes
Mm.
anymore, but hard boxes are really nice, but they're expensive. I think they're about €40, which is about $40.
Cynthia, did I like the 2018 mask? Oh, there it is.
It's
There you
the
go.
That's the expensive one, Artisan, because you can get bootlegs, but that's the real version, Artisan.
Did I like the 2018 mask? I did in a way. Actually, I have it right there, next to a 2018 bobblehead, and right behind the mask is the poster art that they had for the film, but it's a Japanese poster art. It's like an 8 by 12 or something poster art, which is pretty cool. You can't really see it from here, but then you have like the poster right there, which I have Nick Castle's autograph on, James Ju Courtney and Rian Reese, I think her name is, who played
Podcaster.
Podcast. Yeah, her. That's when I met them at Halloween 40, and then above it I have some more autographs there. Dean Cundy, who I met, and Erwin Yablans I met, and which was great.
That's nice. I've only met one of them. I just met Nick Castle, that's it.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah, Nick Castle's really nice.
It's
Right.
funny because I ended up getting Nick's autograph on the 2018 poster and not the 78 poster because I left the 78 poster in my hotel room and only had the 2018 on me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I felt like a complete idiot.
Oh, well, you still got it, though.
Oh yeah, it's still.
There's Nick's autograph there from it on mine.
That's dope. That's a sick picture.
Yeah. I forgot to bring images with me to get signed, but luckily there was a whole bunch of images there that you could just get included in the autograph. So I thought I'll take that one. That was the nicest one.
Nice, nice.
Behind the
Dude,
head.
James Ju Courtney is a big dude. I was standing next to him, and like I'm a little nervous. I was like, oh my god, there's so many Halloween stars here. So I go up to James Ju Courtney first of everyone in there, and he's pretty big. He towers over me, and there's a picture of me holding an autograph with him. He's just towering over me, making
Yeah.
me feel really small. And he's like 6'3", which is not incredibly tall, but he didn't tower over me like Tyler Mane did. Tyler Mane just towered over me,
Oh,
dude.
he's huge.
Oh yeah.
Was he 6'9" or something?
He's something like that. 6'8", 6'9", something
Yeah.
like that. He's just massive, man.
Huge. Yorkshire Horror Show has asked, you going to any horror conventions this year, Barry? I planned to go to For the Love of Horror again in October. It's a shame I'm not going because Sandy Johnson's supposed to be there. Is it Sandy Johnson? Plays Michael's big sister.
Yeah.
So she's going. Well, apparently she's still going, and it's the convention's still going ahead. But I don't see it going ahead. And if it does, what's it going to look like with the social distancing? So I've decided not to go, which is a shame because I loved it last year. I met a couple of guys from YouTube and Instagram there as well, and I was going to meet up with the same guys again, but I can't. I just can't go. I can't chance it.
Oh yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah. Just checking out the other. You answered that one, didn't you, James? Did you like the 2018 mask?
Yeah, it's not bad. It's a pretty cool mask.
Yeah, Tyler Mane's 6'9", but they made him look bigger in the Halloween remix, didn't they?
I think they did probably a little bit, and I wish they kind of didn't. I wish they would have made him look a little bit more. I mean, he's a tall guy regardless, but
Yeah.
I think they made him even more so, and it's a little weird. But I love Rob Zombie's Halloween. I have the poster behind me. I have the signed autograph from Danielle there, with the Halloween 2007 background behind her and everything, and got to meet her as well. She's a really great person, or really nice to me, I guess. I love Rob Zombie's Halloween. I like it more than 2018. I knew he doesn't do it. No, dude. Like, I don't think anyone really agrees with me with that, which is fine.
Yeah, I like it. I like the remake, and I like what he did with
Yeah.
Michael. I just wish that they would have called it something else and not Halloween, and they called Michael Myers something else, because it would have been a really good film on its own. I just don't see it being a good Halloween movie. I see it as being a good standalone movie called something else, but I think
That's the thing. Is if it wasn't called Halloween and Michael Myers wasn't the character, people would be like, okay, this is a really good film.
yeah, and I think I liked it better than The Devil's Rejects.
Yeah, me too. And I really like that film. That film's great.
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised by The Devil's Rejects. It was a good film. There's a here's a German media book, James. This is similar to a hardbox. So that's the German media books. So
Whoa!
They're similar.
Can you open it?
Yeah, it's got a.
Dude, it's like a comic book almost. Like with that's badass, dude.
And it's got a little booklet inside.
That's cool.
That's similar to a hardbox then. So a hardbox has got sometimes 3 discs like that.
Mm.
And it's got some nice artwork on the back and stuff. And you sometimes get like art cards and all that good stuff. So even though some of them aren't official, you sometimes get a lot more in them than you would in an official release.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously I had to buy the Monster Squad.
That's really cool. That is a super. I wish like more Halloween films had that kind of feature or that release.
They do.
They do.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
in Germany, anyway. Germany's got a lot of those. In fact, see the steelbooks that you've got of Halloween 5 and 6, I think, or 4, 5, and 6.
I have 3 through 6.
3 through 6. They've got them on those as well.
Mm.
So like
wow.
media books, and they've got little booklets inside and stuff. So yeah,
Cool.
They're really cool. But moving back onto the VHS stuff that we were talking about, James. Obviously, you've not got any next to you right now, but do you remember any VHS horror art that you would always run towards when you went into the store? Is there any that caught your eye?
Thinner was one that really struck me as really is spooky. I believe it was Thinner. That's the one where the gypsy guy's like Thinner, and the guy's ultimately at the end of the movie he stabs his hand through an apple or a cherry pie.
I've never seen Thinner, but that's the cover. It's purple with the
it's like bluish purple, and you can see like his face, and it's kind of like skeletal.
Yeah.
That always kind of freaked me out. But that's a good question. One that really stuck out to me. Wow. Night of the Living Dead. That one for sure.
The original.
Yeah. Oh no, sorry, no. The remake.
Oh, remake. Right, okay. Because
what about you?
Well, similar theme. Whenever I went into the store, I would always run towards Return of the Living Dead Part 2. Do you remember that cover?
No.
I'll show you.
Yeah.
I really need to show you it because it catches on with a theme that I'm about to talk about.
Nice. And Chad, yes, Tyler Bane was in Halloween, you son of a bitch. No. Chad is a hater of Halloween 2007. Me and him did a commentary on it, I think last month, and I think Chad came out appreciating the film a little bit more than he likes to lead on to.
Yeah, I listened to that.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
James, behind you on the top of the shelf, what masks are they? Right up there. So that is a Nightmare on Elm Street Part 5. It's a stunt mask actually from David Miller, who worked on the film. I painted that one up. That is a Tyler Mane inner shell that goes under a Halloween Rob Zombie Halloween mask. That is a Freddy Krueger that I need to get painted up. And this is a Dr. Loomis.
I can't wait to see Dr. Loomis.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be fun.
So yeah, this is the Return of the Living Dead Part 2 cover.
Yes, this. Okay, I remember this now.
Yeah. every time I saw that, I thought I need to rent this. This is the ultimate movie to rent. Also, Fright Night, because they were so similar,
They are.
and I always got them mixed up when I was younger. I used to always say to my mum, "Can you rent the movie with the monster thing in the clouds?" That's what I would always say to her, and she's like, "What one is it?" I'm like, "Anyone."
Which one? Both.
Doesn't matter. I love these movies. But yeah, I think The Return of the Living Dead Part 2, Fright Night, also Night of the Demons 2 was a cover that I always went towards when I went to the VHS store, because I remember the first Night of the Demons in the UK didn't have a good cover. I know it's got a good cover in the US, but in the UK it wasn't great. But Night of the Demons Part 2, do you remember that cover?
Was it the one with the chick who's like there with the sucker?
Yep.
Okay.
Angela.
Yeah, that's it. Army of Darkness is another one that stood out to me as well.
Yeah, that was good. With I think, was he standing on the hill like this?
Yeah, and then with
Yeah. I don't know if it was the
Good
chainsaw or the boomstick. The boomstick? The gun. This is my boomstick. Where's that?
Yeah.
Look at those eyes.
Also, another one that really got me was Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan.
Yeah, do you know, I actually loved Jason Takes Manhattan because, well, not because, but one of the main reasons I like it is because of the cover. Oh yeah, that's the remake.
Yeah. Dude, I love the remake of Night of the Living Dead. Night of the Living Dead remake, honestly, is one of my favorite remakes ever made. It's a good.
Yeah, I still love the original movie as well. There's something in black and white movies that I don't like, but Night of the Living Dead is one of the black and white movies that I absolutely love, and it's still quite scary. But yeah, the remake is great. I absolutely love the remake. And it was directed by Tom Savini as well. So no other cover art that you remember that you liked, that you were drawn towards.
Well, Halloween 4 was definitely one because, I mean, when I went to the video store, I'd always just run to that one specifically, that first. You see the big picture of Michael Myers' face, the mask that wasn't even used in the film.
Yeah.
Even though it was a Kirk used in the film, which is weird because it looks so different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Halloween 4 definitely is one. That's hard. I'd have to really think on it. That's a great question, though.
Yeah. Halloween 4 was the ones that I went towards as well. Cynthia J said Chud had an awesome cover art. It did, yeah. I loved the cover art for Chud. And Chud 2. Have you seen any Roger Corman films? Nick Townsend's asking. I think Roger Corman done Piranha. I'm sure. If that's the right person, I've only seen Piranha, I'm sure. Maybe I've seen more without even realising it, but Piranha is probably the only Roger Corman movie that I've seen.
No, I don't watch his. I don't watch his films. I mean, nothing against him. I just haven't. It's not my thing, really.
They're B movies as well. I always remember Roger Corman movies being similar to the Trauma movies, like The Toxic Avenger, movies like that. Dawn of the Dead is good. Yeah, I like the Dawn of the Dead cover. Chud baby. Oh, Madman. Yeah, Cynthia said Madman stuck out to me. Yeah, the Madman cover was another good one. Do you remember the Madman cover?
No, I don't. Do you have it?
Of course.
This guy has everything. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Madman. It reminded me of
Oh, dude, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. That's one that stuck out to me for sure.
Texas Chainsaw 3. Yeah, Leatherface. Yeah, that was a good one. See,
Yeah.
they're very similar. Slaughterhouse and Madman. Yeah, the Texas Chainsaw 3. I don't know if it was called Texas Chainsaw 3 in your country, but it was called Leatherface here.
Yeah, Leatherface, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. Yeah, that's what it was here. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like red. It's like almost it's not necessarily a silhouette, but it kind of is, and it's like a red kind of glow around him. You see this big chainsaw, and his you can kind of see the mask and his long. Yeah, there it is, right there. That's as a child, 7 years old, 8 years old. When I watched or when I went to the video store to see this, terrified me.
Yeah.
I love
Obviously, the back covers as well. You always look at the images on the back, don't you? You're like,
it.
right,
Yeah.
okay. If I can see a splattered head, I'm renting it.
Dude, that scene here, or that picture you just saw with the chainsaw in the air and with behind.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's beautifully shot.
Do you remember the teaser trailer for that?
Yeah, with the water,
Yeah, he's in the water and it comes out like Jaws.
and it turns around.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy. It's funny that this guy just mentioned it. I was going to mention this a moment ago. He said, what was the film with the guy sitting on the electric chair? Yeah, that's Shocker. Chad's right. Which another one that stood out to me. Yeah, so that's a variant, but the one they had him sitting down in the actual chair. That one right there.
Wes Craven, baby. Yeah, Shocker was a good one. I like that one.
Maximum Overdrive. That one stood out to me as well.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I don't have that though. Sorry.
How dare you?
I know. Oh, Blood Red Skies, thanks for the little donation there. He's wrote cover for Fear.com. Always stuck with me. I don't have Fear.com, but I remember the cover. It was like a woman's kind of ghostly silhouette with black eyes. Do you remember that, James? Fear.com?
Nah.
Stephen Dorff was in it.
Oh, okay. I see an image of it right now. That is really creepy.
Yeah, that was a creepy one. Blood Diner had an awesome cover, said Jason Dyer. I absolutely loved the cover for Blood Diner. Have you seen that, James? There's a
Blood Diner?
Blood Diner, yeah, it was like a kind of cartoon guy with a toothpick, I think it was, smiling. Do you remember that?
I think so. Mm-mm.
I don't have Blood Diner, although it's available on Vestron Video. I don't think I've got it anyway. No, I definitely don't have it.
Nightbreed's a good one as well. I saw the I think DVD in the background behind you. I was like, oh yeah, that's a great one.
Oh yeah, Nightbreed. I've got, in fact, I've got a couple of copies of Nightbreed, and every cover's great. Whoa.
Whoa. Scream Factory? Yep.
Yeah. And it's got the original cover art. And this newer one.
Oh, it's sick, dude.
So nice.
Those are hard to find now, aren't they? Or at least they're expensive when you find them?
I think they're hard to find, but I prefer this one.
That's really cool.
Is
Is that an Arrow release?
Yeah, it's Arrow. Limited edition. Did that not come out in the US, this one? No?
If it did, I'm not aware. Or I just didn't look for it. Dude, that's remarkable. I love that artwork.
The artwork inside is so nice. I mean, look at this.
That's crazy. Hellraiser's another one that stood out to me, except I think the cover art's better than the movie.
Hellraiser's classic cover. Look at that.
Damn.
Do you know there's some releases in the UK that won't come out in the US? I don't think this is coming out because Scream Factory own the rights in the US.
Oh, the distribution rights or something?
Yeah, so it's the same for us. We won't get the Scream Factory version, obviously. But see if there's ever a version by Arrow that doesn't come out in the US, just let me know and I can send you over.
Oh, dude, that'd be sweet.
Yeah, because I think that even in the US, I know you can buy UK Blu-rays, but I think they're more expensive to buy for you guys, because I've noticed that sometimes I can get an Arrow release that costs me like £6, which is, I don't know, about $9-10 for you, but in the US they're $30 in the US for some of them, and I'm like, whoa, I can't imagine spending $30 when I can buy it for $9.
Yeah.
So yeah, just let me know if you see any that you want.
Oh, hell yeah. Dude, I'll be searching that today.
Sorry, I'm going back and forward with my artwork here. Has anyone seen Jewel? About the truck driver that terrorizes a guy. Do you know, I've not seen that for years, but is that not a Stephen King film? Or is it Robert Zemeckis or something?
I don't think I've seen it.
I've not seen it. Well, I think I've seen it, but I've not seen it for years. Because anytime somebody asks me if I've seen Jewel and they explain the plot line to me, I automatically think of The Hitcher, which is another great cover.
Oh, yeah.
Chad has said he's got to watch Monster Squad again soon. Everybody's got to see the Monster Squad. Oh, Scarecrows. Jason Dyer. You've hit the nail on the head. Scarecrows did have an amazing artwork. Do you remember the Scarecrows artwork?
Do you have it? Well,
Of course.
of course. Ooh. Okay. That is pretty dope.
Oh, it's so good. The film's good as well. It's got reversible artwork, but it's similar. Drew Hence, thanks for the super chat. If Halloween Kills had a VHS release, would you both buy it? Absolutely. Even if it was a bootleg, I'd buy it. There's a guy called Tapeworm. I'm not sure if you've heard of him. He's on Instagram. He makes VHS covers. Not only does he make the covers, he puts the movies on VHS for you as well. He done Never Hike Alone for Vince DeSanti, and I think he's doing Never Hike in the Snow for Vince DeSanti as well. I think you've got to order at least 20 copies or something like that. But you should check him out as well, James, because that might be a good idea for some of your fan films.
Oh, dude. Is that the guy that does the light ones with the lights inside them?
I'm not sure. He might do. I think
There's a guy who does custom VHSs, and then there's it like lights up, has lights and all that good stuff.
I know a lot of people do that now on eBay and stuff like that, or Etsy. But I'm not sure if he does that. But he does a lot of really nice VHS cover art for new movies like It Follows and stuff like that. It's really nice. Yorkshire Horror Show said Steven Spielberg did Joe. I'm sure, yeah, I knew it was Steven Spielberg. I was doubting myself. Drew, another super chat from Drew. He said, I got the H18 VHS. It's widescreen as hell, but it's nice. Yeah, so that must have been a bootleg, wasn't it? Because I don't think it came out officially on VHS. Do you remember what was the last VHS you ever bought, James?
The last VHS I ever bought would be Halloween 4, which was actually fairly recently.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I bought on eBay or Amazon for like $4.99 or something.
Excluding those though, like, do you remember when you were collecting them?
Probably like 99, 2000, 2001. I don't remember which one.
I can't remember either. It's a sad day.
It's a sad. Dang, that's a good question as well.
Oh, Graham from Man vs. Film is here. Hi, Graham. He said, well, the Arrow sale is bonkers just now. Some good titles at £5. That's right, James. Arrow are doing a sale just now. I think from the 1st of July to the 21st of July, I think it is. They've got a good sale on. I'll need to check them out just in case I've got some goodies. But I'll keep an eye out for you if you see anything that you like.
Absolutely.
John Lennon, not related, has said, have you guys ever seen One Dark Night? Yes, I've seen One Dark Night. Have you seen that, James?
Nah.
That's another creepy movie with a creepy cover, and you know I'm going to show you. Now, this cover is awful, right? I'll show you the slip cover. That's a newly commissioned cover, which I don't like.
That's really cool.
But that's better. Do you see that?
Oh, what the hell?
So it goes to like a mausoleum.
Yeah.
And that was like the VHS, and it's got the reversible cover art.
Interesting. I've not seen the cover art or the film, to be honest.
You should
But
check it
I'm
out.
going to. Yeah.
1983 it came out. It's a really good, creepy. It's about these group of teens that get stuck in a mausoleum in a cemetery. Yeah, it's really cool.
That's sick, dude. Yeah, no, I'll check it out.
Now, James, how long have you got, James, before you have to go?
Probably like 35 minutes.
Right. Do you want to start talking about your fan film that we're working on, or that you're working on at the moment?
Well, you're a part of it too.
I know, but obviously you've got a mask sitting there as well, which is very interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Chad, are you in here as well?
Chad, I think Chad's still here, yeah.
Chad is our Jason Voorhees in My Special Boy, a Friday the 13th fan film. We plan to release it August 13th of 2021. It is the only Friday the 13th in the entire year of 2021. So we felt that it would be fitting to do so. And pretty much we are bringing back Sackhead Jason. This has been an idea that's been floating around for a while. Good, at least probably a year. I know that I mentioned this to Adrian at one point when we were filming or preparing for Halloween: The Devil's Autumn, where I wanted to bring back Sackhead, and I wanted to bring him back in a big way. And so we're trying everything we can to bring back the sack, bring the sack back.
Bring the sack
back. So Chad is our Jason. He's bigger than anyone who played Jason in part 2. Like, he's taller. How tall are you, Chad? You're in here, 6'2", and I think was it Warrington Gillette and Steve Dash? They were all under 6 foot.
Yeah.
So he's gonna, yeah, and then we have a couple surprises for you. Wolfman's a part of it again. He's gonna be one of the editors helping us edit promotional posters, images, things like that. He's been really helpful. He really helped a lot on Halloween: The Devil's Autumn to help make posters, thumbnails, help construct a teaser for us, teaser number 2. So we have him back, and I am super excited. We now have a full ensemble cast. We have a cinematographer. So I won't be cinematographer this time. I can focus on directing. And we're looking to get another cinematographer on board, have a couple of different people working the cameras and everything. And then we have a location spot here in California, big lake, cabins. So all that good stuff. We look to be creating a promo probably within the next 3 weeks. And it will be our Indiegogo campaign teaser. And hopefully it will be the incentive for all of you to want to back the project and be excited for something coming in 2021.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. And also, I think I probably want to know a little bit more about it this time behind the scenes, because I did say to James that when we were doing The Devil's Autumn, I wanted to stay back from knowing much about it, remember?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really want to know until I saw it for the surprise, but I think what kind of limited me to helping with the teaser and the poster is I didn't know much about it, so I didn't know where I was going to go with that. Whereas with My Special Boy, I think if I know more about the story, then I could maybe work with the posters and the trailers and stuff like that. That'll help out in, and maybe I'll be able to put better input into it, so it makes sense this time. Do you see what I mean?
Oh yeah, no. So I get that. You went into the last project blind, pretty much.
Yeah.
We talked back and forth about certain videos, certain things like this, and you constructed it, but you went in blindly, not knowing the context of anything that's going on. You didn't read the script. You didn't know what happened. You had a general idea. Characters coming back. Michael's going to kill people. So on and so forth. So I get that, and I'm glad you said that because I want you to be a big part of this. And I think you know the franchise just like we do. You know what works, what doesn't work. Our makeup effects artist who's sending stuff from over in Michigan, he's going to be a big part of that as well. So we have myself, Chad, you, him, Lonnie, who know the franchise well, and we're going to be constructing something that I think is going to be really cool. Like the script is fairly close to being done, and I'm pretty excited because we have some pretty cool ideas.
Good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So at least if I know a bit more about it now, I can do some kind of posters on the theme of not giving anything away, but at least I know what I'm looking for when I'm helping out with the project. So that'd be quite cool.
Yeah, and we created a teaser. So March 13th was when we were supposed to release Halloween: The Devil's Autumn. It's a Halloween fan film that me and some of the dudes made. Barry was a part of it, and it was all for fun, no budget, nothing. Just we did what we could with cell phones, which we're not using cell phones this time around. But we were supposed to release it on March 13th. We didn't release it on March 13th because we still weren't done filming because of this whole COVID thing. Like some of the footage we had of Adrian's, I can't really spoil if no one's seen it, but there's a certain scene towards the end of the film that all of it got cut, and because it all got corrupted files, we couldn't get the cast members back out. We had to have a person step in as Michael Myers, and then the whole ending of the film was filmed with just me because the COVID-19 thing. So you start. There's a moment where everything you see is just shot by myself, but I make it look like it. It's.
It was cleverly done, though. I mean, if you didn't tell us that, we wouldn't know, because I didn't notice it.
Oh, nice. Well, that's always good. But yeah, so we were going to release it March 13th, got held back by 2 weeks. And then me and Chad got together and we said, let's release a little teaser for My Special Boy. So we went to Walmart, Home Depot, picked up the pickaxe, got the outfit, the getup, and shot it that day. Released it like a day and a half later, and said, Sackhead looks a little clean in the promo or the little teaser, but he's gonna be a dirty guy. He's gonna be a dirty special boy by the time we start filming.
It looks nice there. Is that the finished one?
That is, yeah. So this is actually dirtier than it was before. I've actually kind of dirtied it up a tad.
Right. That looks nice. Well,
yeah, and then under it I have the remake Jason's head under it.
Yeah. So, without giving anything away, obviously, are you going to go for a more remake themed Jason or original themed Jason with the Sackhead? Is that something you've not thought about yet?
No, we have. Right. Chad already knows how he's going to portray Jason. He knows what he wants to do. We're gonna give you a little bit of everything. We're gonna give you a little bit of Mirrors. We're gonna give you a little bit of Hodder. We're gonna give you a little bit of Dash, and maybe some
Pamela.
Ted White. And what's that?
Pamela Voorhees.
Ooh. We have. I guess I've already said this in a stream before. So Pamela does make a return in some sort of way.
Say no more.
But yeah, something we have ideas.
Good.
It's cool.
Yeah. Say no more.
Yeah, the opening of the film, just right off the bat, it tells you like, okay, this is a Friday the 13th film, and hold on to your fucking pants because it's gonna get wild. That's how the script is right now. Right, like the first couple minutes of this script has me really excited. I can't wait to shoot it because I can't give anything away, but it's exciting. It's very exciting.
Cynthia J's asked, can you make some shirts with a Sack Jason? I would buy. I'm guessing you might do some merch for it, if you get a big backing.
Yeah, I think it would be a perk for the Indiegogo campaign. Barry just came up with the VHS thing just a couple minutes ago. That's a great idea. Yeah. VHS tapes, Blu-rays, T-shirts, memorabilia. Yeah, definitely. We look to be shooting this in about 3.5 weeks or something. We want to release the promo by August 13th so that it will be the 1 year mark until the film's release. Mm-hmm. Have it go for a couple months, and then start filming the final Friday the 13th of the year, which is November 13th.
Yeah. Yeah, it's strange that like you said, there's only one Friday the 13th in 2021. So there's usually two. Is there usually two? Depends, obviously. Yeah,
there's usually a couple, yeah. What's really cool is I recently, Vincent Desani, is it Desani or Desani? I think it's Desani, actually. I had a video conference call with him, meeting with him, and he's a really great guy. He gave me a lot of insight on the making of his film. And he gave me he painted a picture for me that's going to help us be successful. But he also he also set realistic expectations in that meeting with him. And, Vincent's a very, very nice guy. And he's very talented, him and his whole crew.
Yeah.
I hope that I could take something he said from in that meeting. I hope I can take something from it and apply it to this film and allow it to be a success as well.
Yeah. I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will be. And again, you learn from not only your mistakes, but you learn from things that you do well in previous movies. And you think, I could have done this, or I'll probably do this the next time. And you've done that with your first movie, The Blackest Eyes, going over to The Devil's Autumn. There's things
Hmm.
in The Blackest Eyes you thought, I could do that better, and you did.
Hmm.
And you're probably saying the same thing about My Special Boy. Things that you maybe would have done better or differently from The Devil's Autumn. You'll take that into My Special Boy and just learn from it and make it better every time. Simple.
Oh yeah, even right now, I look at the Devil's Autumn and I was like, wow, I want to do a recut of this film because I think I should cut that little part right there because it makes this next scene make more sense.
Mm-hmm.
I have these ideas, so I want to definitely apply what I learned from these two experiences. They're both for fun. They're with people you like to have fun with and everything. It wasn't meant to be taken too seriously, but we have multiple people coming from Los Angeles who's been a part of this film. We did a casting call and we got 4 people on board. We have a cinematographer on board. When we created our casting call for My Special Boy, I did not think that my email was gonna be blown up as much as it was, dude. It was so many people wanted to be a part of this for these roles, and it's a pretty cool feeling.
Yeah, that's good. Well, let's hope. I've got a dry throat tonight. Uh, anytime I try and talk, it goes. Oh, thanks for that.
No, you're good, man. Yeah, and I'm happy to have you on board because I know that you're talented. You're good at what you do, and it's not only that, but it's good to have you on board because I like working with you. Not only on a professional level, but on a buddy level. I think it's everything's the stars are aligning, and I'm super pumped.
Yeah, me too. So yeah, guys, if any of you guys don't know James or you don't know about James's project, check his channel out. I've put a link to your channel in this description anyway, James. So
Okay.
so if anybody's listening just now, click on James's page and you'll see all his information. And obviously he talks about My Special Boy quite a bit, so all your links will be in there anyway, James, won't they?
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Yeah, let's.
So how are you feeling? You look tired. I know you're 8 hours ahead of me right now, and it's going on 4 o'clock my time, so it's probably close to midnight your time, right?
It's 25 to 12, 25 to midnight. I'm getting there. I'm just going through
Yeah.
some of the chats to see if we've missed anything before we start wrapping up.
Oh, sure.
Blah, 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 blah.
And thanks, guys, for all the support in the chat. That's really awesome. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's nice. So Tom Buckingham has asked, I know James Jude Courtney is an awesome Michael Myers, but were you guys bothered by his size? Obviously much bigger than Nick Castle. To be honest, I'll answer first and then I can go over to James, but I wasn't first because even though he looked taller than the usual Nick Castle, I think they didn't make him look massive. He looked like a regular tall person. Um, they didn't make him out to be this Tyler Mane size guy who's flipping cars. They did nothing like that because even though he was tall, he still looked human and he still looked like a human being size. So I don't think it made much of a difference to me. What about you, James?
Um, I wasn't too bothered by it. I will say that I'm wondering what Smith Grove is putting in the water over there because Jesus Christ, you go from 5'9" to 6'3", and you're like 40 years later. I don't know. I wasn't too upset about it because James Jude Courtney did the job so well that it didn't really bother me. It didn't really affect me because when I watched him, I felt like I was watching Michael Myers, which we've seen a ton of people try to portray Michael Myers, and they don't just get that right balance of stalker, creepy kind of that walk down. And James Jude Courtney got everything down. And in my list, it's Nick Castle, then James Jude Courtney as my top 2 Myers.
Yeah, I think that's the same with me. And I think what helps James Jude Courtney is Nick Castle's always there with him. So even when Nick Castle isn't playing Michael Myers, he's there giving James Jude Courtney tips, telling him what he would have done, what he does do, or what he did do. So he's got that advantage that no other Michael Myers had. And like when people like what do you call him, Chris Durand was on set, like he was just going off of what he was told to do by the producers, the director and stuff. So he didn't have anyone to help him. He didn't have that guidance that James Jude Courtney has. So it's good that he has Nick Castle. And I think that's what's benefited James Jude Courtney, is he's got that person to fall back on. The one person that we all love and all agree is probably the best Michael Myers.
Yep.
Yeah. Chad says Tyler who?
He's a hater, dude. He's a hater.
Yeah, I don't hate Tyler Mane. I think Tyler Mane done a good job playing a bad guy, just not playing Michael Myers, for me personally.
He's pretty big, you know. He's pretty hulking to be Michael Myers.
Yeah.
I do like his turns and his movements and the slight kind of like, I don't know. I think that he had some movements down, but just overall he kind of, I don't know. I like him. He's all right.
Yeah, he's all right. Yeah, I think some of the chat are leaving as well. So will we wrap it up then, James?
What's that?
Will we wrap it up?
Sure, yeah, whatever you want to do, yeah. If there's any other questions you guys may have for us, we'll answer them real quick. Otherwise, we'll go ahead and put this to a close. Oh, there we go. Oh, thank you.
We've got another one from Drew. Thanks, Drew. We'll answer this one. So were they stealing tall Michael from Rob Zombie, or did they just want a tall, old Michael? They stole a lot from Rob. H18 is a shell of Rob's. I don't agree, Drew. Personally, I think H18 felt more like H2O in the sense that they changed Laurie up a bit. Yes, I think they probably want to cater for today's audience and make Michael more brutal. Not as brutal as Rob Zombie's, but more brutal than the original, because when you watch, if a kid or a teenager is watching Halloween, the original, for the first time in 2020, guaranteed most of them won't like it because there's no blood, there's no gore, there's no massive suspense as you would get today. But I think they went over the top with Rob Zombie. So I think H18 had a more brutal Myers. I agree with you there, Drew. But I don't think it tried to copy Rob. I think Rob's is completely different, if you understand what I mean. What do you think, James?
The atmosphere and the mood of the entire film don't feel similar to me at all. Like, I honestly, when I watch Rob Zombie's Halloween, I feel like I'm watching Halloween. When I say that, I mean like it feels cold. It feels like a Midwestern town. You can see the pumpkins and the leaves and everything, and it really feels like it's autumn. And then when I watch 2018, I just don't feel that.
Mm-hmm. Chad, you said Resurrection over Rob Zombie's Halloween.
You're fucking fired from my special boy. Get out of my office.
Yeah, that's a bit too far, Chad.
Yeah, Resurrection's we don't talk about that here.
Yeah.
I only have a Resurrection mask over there because it's for a customer.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a Resurrection mask. Is that the Cinema Secrets mask, or is that Trick or Treat?
Trick or Treat Studios, but I think they bought the mold before Cinema Secrets stopped
right.
doing it. I think. Could be wrong though.
Because I had the Cinema Secrets mask years ago, and it was massive. I could fit two of my heads in it.
Oh wow!
It was huge. But I had the small,
like 25-inch.
Had the small head at the time. Right, so yeah, I think that's us done then, James. So we'll wrap up. So thanks, James, for coming on and talking about VHS. I know that we kind of went off on a tangent, as I knew we would, but it was a good chat. It was good to find out kind of what you would have done back in the day with the whole rental stores, and even just talking about it kind of brings back the memories. Even the smell of the video store. If you can smell something similar to that automatically brings back certain memories that maybe I would have forgotten all about. So I think the video store holds a special place in all our hearts. If you're born after the year 2000, then I feel sorry for you guys, because you don't get that experience. Hopefully it will come back one day, but I just don't see that happening.
No.
Not at all. But thanks, guys, for coming in and watching the show. You've been constant all night, which is great. Thanks for all the super chats as well, guys. That really means a lot to me, and the channel keeps the channel going. And again, thanks, James, for coming on and giving your input and just talking horror, talking VHS, talking video rental stores, and hopefully we can rent.
Web TV.
Yeah, hopefully we can rent again one day.
It'd be nice.
Yeah. So you want to?
Thanks for having me, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, not a problem. Like I said, guys, check out James's channel if you haven't already, and also follow his projects that he does. And if you haven't seen any of his previous movies, please check them out as well. They're on IMDb, and I'm one of the guys behind The Devil's Autumn. I forgot what I was going to say there, James.
No, you're good.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, thanks a lot for watching as normal, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.